And yes, it's true, I really made this podcast that quickly. I've already made a video about this program and some of the other things it can do to help you speed up your editing flow. But today I want to jump into how you can make a podcast like that. That's insane. So let's jump in and I'll show you what it looks like. So the program is called Autopod FM. I do have a link in the description for you to get started. And what I want to show you guys today is something called their multi-camera editor. Awesome. So once you've downloaded it, you can jump into Premiere Pro. You click on window up the top here, come down to extensions and go to Autopod multi-camera editor. You will have to sign in with your details in order to get access. So put those in, which they should have sent you via email. Just note that this program only works if each camera has their own separate audio and their separate layers. So I've got my two layers over here. This is myself and my friend. We recorded a podcast a while back and I'm going to label him a certain color so you can see the difference. And I'll put them on top and I'll just shorten them down so they're the same length. Before you get started, make sure that your two layers are synchronized. An easy way to synchronize them is you select all your clips, right click, come down to synchronize and synchronize to the audio track and make sure that all your layers are just lined up perfectly, ready to go. Okay, so I go to the beginning of my clip, come up to the left over here, and there's a few drop downs that you might need to change. You can leave this first one as standard and the second one you can change it to whatever you want. I just leave it on medium. And then what you will need to change depending on how many people, how many cameras there are, and how many people are speaking is this one over here. I have two speakers, so I'll leave it on 2, and I have 2 cameras, so I'll also leave it on 2. Just change them accordingly. You can change your delay cuts and you can ignore cuts less than, I like to turn this down to 0.5 seconds. Now what you do is you put in your speaker name for each audio. So A1 would be me. So I'll put Sean and the other one is Nick. And then make sure that these match up. So video 1, which matches A1 is Sean and A2 needs to match video 2 and I'll drop down and I'll select Nick. All right, so I'm going to start a timer. You'll probably see it on the screen, but I want to see how fast this actually takes in real time to create my podcast. So I'm going to click it in 1, 2, 3. Here we go. So this is in real time. Autopod is doing this in the background and haven't seen anything yet, but pretty soon you'll start to see all of the cuts being created at the bottom any second now. There we go. That's insane. It is just going through, figuring out who's speaking, who's not speaking, changing in between the speakers with the cameras. And I'm ready to pause as soon as it's done. And done. Completed successfully. I've got 34 seconds 43, which is absolutely insane. I've literally created my podcast in 34 seconds. And if I play through it, it knows who's speaking, changes between the cameras depending on who's speaking, which is what you want in a podcast. And that did it in 34 seconds. Guys, this is like absolutely insane. I highly recommend you guys get it. Check out the link in the description. It literally was that easy. I'm done. I can pump out as many podcasts as I want in a matter of minutes, which is incredible. And for anybody who's edited podcasts before, you'll know how painstakingly long it can take to do that, to change between 2 cameras. So check this out. I've got a link in the description. I use it all the time. I also use it for cutting out dead space in my videos, which can take a very long time. I've made a video about that and you guys can check it out over there.